In this video, I want to focus on the drawing settings for dynamic offsets in particular. In a previous video, we showed you how to go into drawing settings, and we spent quite a bit of time just in this miscellaneous tab here. We changed spaces in bearings and label offsets from their lines. I want to take a look at these dynamic offsets here real quick and talk in terms of not only do we change the properties or attributes of all the dynamic offsets in the drawing, but any new ones that we create, we'll use these as well. And let's just take a look at that here. So I can change the color of all the dynamic offsets so that they're black. So here I've got one at 25.16, 12.68, and I can apply that, and they'll all be black now. Now, for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with dynamic offsets, they're just a real great way of specifying the offset from something in the property to the property line. They handle being perpendicular to curves. And then if you're doing design work, I can always pick up and move this. Now it knows it's a traverse, so I have to tell it I want to do this for sure. But do you see how those change? I mean, they're smart drawing objects, so they know what to do with themselves. It's kind of nice. And I'm just telling Traverse PC in the drawing settings how I want to draw those. So I just changed the color to black. I can change the font size, how I want to label them. Here I'm going to make the arrows just a little bit larger and apply that. So now the arrows are a little bit bigger. And I've been doing that for the existing dynamic offsets that are in the drawing. But what happens if I draw a new one? So let's just do that. Let's come up here to the draw. Let's tell Traverse PC I want to do a dynamic offset. And this isn't allowed on Paperspace objects, so I'm going to change this. Okay, let's turn off Paperspace. It's just a warning to me. Let's go ahead and try that again then. So now I should be able to say draw, dynamic offset. And I follow the prompts at the bottom. So it says left click the start point, and I'm going to use a snap command to go to the end of this line right here. So it picks that up automatically. And then I'm going to use perpendicular to pick this line, and Traverse PC will automatically pick the perpendicular offset for that. Finish the command, and I'm done. And I've got a repeat on here, so I'm just going to right click, tell it I'm done. So do you see now that this new dynamic offset that I added has the same attributes as the other ones, because they're controlled by the same drawing settings. So after I've added the dynamic offsets, I can come back and change them, but I also can control the new ones that are added through these same settings. And I just picked dynamic offsets as an example to kind of show you how we change the existing plus the new ones.